What is up, ladies and gents? In today's video, we're going to be discussing Zebec here, what's been happening with the price and where we think the price is going to be going over the next few days. Of course, I'll also be giving you my 2025 target here for Zebec, so be sure to stay tuned for all of that. Of course, if you are a new viewer, then welcome to the channel. If you like this sort of content, hit the like button and subscribe for more. If you are a returning viewer, as always, welcome back to the channel. It's great to see you all. Now, we're going to dive straight into the video right now because there's a lot happening on the very short time frame on the 1 hour chart right now, and this is what we are seeing over the past few hours. Of course, we've seen quite a bit of a crash over the past few hours here on Zebec. We have this really strange green candle, which we're going to talk about in a bit. We saw a lot of buying pressure there, so that's very, very interesting. But for now, things are looking like they are on some sort of downtrend. But do not worry, if you are a Zebec holder, then this is just a market-wide crash. There's nothing to do with Zebec specifically that's causing this sell-off. Of course, as you can see in the top right-hand corner, first and foremost, just everything is in the red. It just seems to be a Friday sell-off right now here in crypto. Telcoin, for example, nearly down 10% there. Everything is just down. So this is just another day here in crypto. Of course, in the bull market of 2025, there's going to be days which are green. There's going to be days which are red. Just if you are here in February, you'd have noticed that more days have been red than they have been green. But nonetheless, Zebec, in my opinion, is still in a very good place. The first thing that I've noticed about this crash is that Zebec, when the prices came down to this level we were looking at, as you can see, we had this green candle here on the 1 hour chart, this massive green candle that pumped the price of Zebec nearly 20%. This tells me that there's so many buyers at this certain level down here at roughly 0.14 cents. And this is a really good sign because if we go on the 1 day chart, I gave you guys this extremely strong resistance and support that we've had here on Zebec. Of course, this has been one that's been in play now for almost a lifetime here on Zebec since the beginning of 2024, where you can see it has been tested on multiple different occasions almost perfectly by the price. We came up above it just a few days ago here on Zebec, and now with this little crash that we're having is taking the prices, as you can see on the 1 hour chart, almost perfectly to our level once again. So not only has the price come down to this level here, it's also bounced off of this level with an extremely strong reaction. Now, what we're seeing on the 1 hour chart is the prices may come back down to this level, but I have a lot of faith that we are still able to keep above this 0.14 cents level. As long as we can keep above this, this is going to be really nice and bullish here for Zebec. On top of that as well, if we have a look at this longer term structure, if you see my previous videos, maybe you recognize this structure here. This structure here is almost a textbook Wyckoff accumulation. You're going to see the schematic for it pop up on the screen. And of course, if you look at them just visually, they look extremely similar in their shape. Of course, the Wyckoff accumulation schematic tells us all the different things that we could be seeing to identify accumulation period. And when I've done this on my previous videos, we have noticed that this Zebec chart has almost exactly everything that's been described in this schematic. And now we have seen a breakout to the upside. Right at the end of the schematic, we expect the prices to go up after this accumulation period. And the price target from a structure looking like this sort of accumulation, we can just treat it the same as we would as a double bottom. Of course, if we just treat these two here as the two bottoms of the double bottom pattern, then we can draw this as our support line going across like this. And then you guys can see that the price target from this structure is just a distance between the bottom of the bottom there all the way to this resistance. Of course, if we drag that price target to where we saw the breakout, you guys can see that we're still expecting 0.28 cents here on Zebec. This is the price target set from this accumulation period, and furthermore than that, and since we've seen such a long accumulation period, it's lasted nearly 9 months here on Zebec, we can also make Zebec eligible for that second price target, which is 2 times the distance between the bottom to the top there. And of course, that would put the price target here on Zebec at 0.54 cents. Now, of course, at the moment, we are seeing this short-term bearish price move, but that's nothing to be concerned about in my opinion. If we zoom out just a little bit, guys, just zoom out of the short-term chart and look at Zebec as a whole, this is still looking extremely bullish. Essentially, we've broken out of this double bottom structure. The prices have come above this long-term resistance that we've drawn out and identified. The price has now come back down to retest this resistance as a support, which is a very normal characteristic of these sort of breakouts. And of course, if we are able to bounce from that, then that's going to be a very bullish retest, and we could continue to see Zebec going higher. I therefore expect Zebec to hit this price target as the next target, stemming from this if we see enough buyers come in. And so if you're looking for a great place to buy and trade Zebec, look no further than the MEXC exchange. This is the exchange that I use for all my trading because they have some of the lowest fees and they don't require KYC to trade. And for a limited time only, they're giving every new user who signs up using the link down below $20 to trade with. So of course, if you want to make use of this offer, click in the link in the description down below, fill out your details. It takes less than a minute to do so. Deposit some crypto or fiat into your account, and then they'll drop you that $20 so you can get started trading with it. Of course, on top of normal trading here for Zebec, they even have futures trading as well, where you can trade Zebec with up to 20 times leverage. So again, if you want to make use of that offer, click in the link in the description down below where it says MEXC. As always, guys, thank you so much for your support, and let's get back into this video. So of course, here on Zebec, this is the main level that we are watching, 0.14 cents. Of course, on the very short term, this is actually a nice little bullish retest. What I'm also potentially seeing emerge on the shorter term as well is this kind of pattern going across like this. This could be some sort of bull flag in the making. Of course, just like it says in the name, a bull flag is always a bullish pattern. We only see an upside price target if we break out of this pattern here. So of course, what we could expect to see maybe over the next few hours and days, hopefully anyway, is something like this occur. And if we see the prices really respect this resistance going across once more, and we see a clear breakout to the upside. When I say a clear breakout, I'm referring to something that looks, let's have a look, something like this, for example, where let's just say this area, for example, we see a lot of green candles taking the prices much higher from this resistance. What we don't want to see is something over like this down here where the candles are really small. We want to see large green candles, a lot of momentum, and a lot of trading volume taking the prices higher above a certain resistance, just like over here, for example. So of course, if we see that over the coming hours and days where the prices start to head up on Zebec once again and break through this resistance line here, this could trigger this pattern, which would be extremely bullish because the price target from a bull flag is the length of the parabolic move going into the bull flag in the first place. In the case of Zebec, is this distance here. Of course, we drag that measuring tool where we see the breakout. As you guys can see, that should take Zebec to 0.35 cents here. So that would be a 97% trade potentially if we are seeing a bull flag and if we successfully break out of it. Of course, at the moment it's looking fairly nice because we do have, as you can see, quite a few tests of that resistance there, at least 3 good tests of that resistance, and of the support you can see 3 solid tests where the price has come down to the support level and bounced off of it. So a potential bull flag in the making as well on the shorter term here. So some really bullish things to look out for here on the price. At the moment, we are still bullish because we are above this resistance here. Of course, we've seen an 8-month long accumulation period here on Zebec, and we have seen a successful breakout. Of course, the markets have just been bearish at the moment, so that's why we've seen a little bit of downside here. But maybe we have to see the prices test it a few times before we really see that next leg up here on Zebec. But of course, there are some promising signs that Zebec is going to be headed higher. Of course, this bull flag could take Zebec to 0.34 cents. And of course, the final target from this accumulation period could sit as high there as 0.54 cents. Of course, this would be my price target here for the immediate future in 2025. I see this happening fairly soon as well, guys. I don't think this is going to be a Q4 of 2025 thing. As you guys can see, this markup in price here to this first consolidation period was fairly fast. So what I expect to see is the same level of speed going up to its next leg up. These markups from these accumulation zones do generally tend to occur quite quickly, and of course the longer it takes, the more chance there is of failure. So what I ideally want to see are these markups happening fairly quickly here on Zebec, and that means that we should be reaching up to 0.54 cents in the space of a month or two maximum. I'm not expecting this to take all of 2025 to reach this level. Of course, when we can get to this level, guys, then I'm always open to editing my price targets for 2025 as we get more price information in. As you guys can see, we've only got a bit considering that Zebec was launched in 2024, considering that this token was launched in 2024. So of course, as we get more price data, then we know more about the token, and therefore we can make more predictions here on Zebec. But for now, this is what I'm seeing. It's still a very bullish picture in my opinion, at least nearly a 4x from where the price is right now. Of course, right now we are close to this support level once again. So in my opinion, this is a decent buying opportunity for anyone who wanted to get into Zebec and was a bit priced out when the prices were a little bit higher just a few days ago. Right now, we've got a very, very strong support. So that's the main thing. Of course, do be prepared for a bearish scenario here on Zebec as well. If we do lose this level, then it could be lights out fairly quickly for a little while. So just be prepared for a bearish scenario. If you're concerned about that, then set a price target at 0.14 cents here on Zebec. If that price alert goes off and the prices go down from that, then that would be a great place to exit your position here. As in my opinion, that would send the price of Zebec quite a bit lower, and therefore you'll probably have a chance to buy Zebec lower if we do break below this level here. So just bear that in mind, guys. Of course, I am very bullish considering that the structure here on Zebec is still very bullish as well. But for now, let's just see what happens to the crypto market. Let's write it out. Patience is the main takeaway from this video. People who are patient generally get rewarded more. So just be patient. Let's shake this market dip out and let's manifest bullish days ahead here for Zebec. Of course, that's a wrap on this video. That's all I wanted to say. So thank you guys for watching. Do let me know down in the comments if you're holding any Zebec and what your personal price targets are for Zebec in 2025. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in my next video.